Hey there everybody, it's me, your boy. Sorry about the sound glitch last episode here. Welcome back. Today is the day. So, on the hotbar, check that out. You see that right there, netherite ingot. Yup, that's right, as you've all expected, as you've all been waiting for. This pickaxe is going to stay in my hand, and this netherite ingot is going to go right there in the item frame. Check that out. So we have the diamond chest right there, lots of diamonds, need more. And then, finally, now, at long last, the ancient debris chest, a netherite chest. Oh yeah. Today is going to begin a project that will probably last a couple episodes. We need better gear, specifically the elytra and the armor. The pickaxes for the most part are good. This could definitely be netherite for sure, but the armor. When I was making this armor, before episode 20, I was concerned with getting this armor to netherite. I wasn't really concerned about the best enchantments possible. I think it's definitely about time to work on the armor, make it a little bit better, maybe the tools too, and definitely, absolutely, the elytra. We need at least Unbreaking 3 on this elytra, maybe even soon, 2 elytra. So that's the setup for the big project. Now the big project is probably going to last a couple episodes time. Today, we need to finally set up an area dedicated to enchanting. You see, currently, right now, our enchanting setup is over in the starter building over there, which is good, it works, but it was never really meant to be the enchanting area of this world. So ever since the last episode, the end of it, the storage building is looking a whole lot better. I'd like the storage building to become a little bit more central in this world. So, the area over there with like the bee farm and stuff, it's an island and it's not full technically, but it's pretty full. So adding another building over there, probably not a good idea. I do have some plans for over there, but Burb built that staircase, so we're gonna have to deal with that first, which kind of leaves this area over here. I think a good fit for the enchanting area in this world would be a tower, and of course, we want to add a little bit more spice to that tower, so why not make that tower a wizard tower? And when I think of a wizard tower, I think of something that's a little bit isolated, and right now, what's isolated? Well, the hill sitting right behind me with the forest on it. So forest, bad news for you. You know how this episode begins. Pretty soon, we'll have a road coming out of this door right here and then going over towards this hill. Then the road will probably end up going up the hill, at least a little bit for sure. And then we'll start curving this road over something like this. I'm not 100% sure if this is how it'll end up going, but something like this, just so we can get an idea. The road will keep going up the hill to maybe, I don't know, like about here. This feels like a pretty good spot. And then, boom, towers. So these trees right here, I'm pretty sure that these trees are the one. Maybe like this oak tree, that oak tree, and this whole area right here. We'll tuck the tower back from the ledge a little bit so it feels a little bit safer. These trees have to go. That's right, 72 episodes in, and I still feel weird about chopping the trees down in between the episodes. So, this area right here, maybe it'll work. The path will go from the door over this way, wind up the hill somehow, we'll figure it out later. Then, the tower. So, the tower. I am really afraid of towers still. We built one tower, and I think it looks pretty good, the clock tower. But I still really struggle with towers. They're absolutely my weakness. I don't like them. At all, but I like them if they work, because if they work and they look cool, then they look cool. Yeah, that would make sense. So the tower, it should probably sit like right over here. Maybe we could move it. Maybe we move it over like that way, just a little bit, like I don't know, let's say 2 blocks. So that's gonna be the front of the tower. Then we'll turn the tower. The tower shouldn't be big. Definitely not big, because I think if the tower is bigger, it's going to be harder to make it look good. So it's going to be easier to make it look bad, which I don't like the sounds of that. Here's what we do. Maybe flat side of 3, 1, 1, then flat side of 3 right over here. We'll terraform the land and the jungle away a little bit more. Then 1, 1, then another flat side of 3 right over here. Remove the hill. Should work. Just to make sure everything fits in here, I've also decided to move the tower forward 1 block. I feel like that's a pretty solid start. So, 1 tower would be cool, but definitely better than 1 tower, 2 towers for sure. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe we add like another tower right over here, and then in this tower, we set up like a quick, normal enchantment setup. So we'll have like 3 bookcases, 3 bookcases, 3 bookcases, you know, stacked up just like that. Normal enchantment setup. So if I have to quickly enchant, I could run in here, walk right over to it, and enchant. Then somewhere else in this build, maybe like up at the top of it or something, wherever we could fit it in, we could make a more complex enchantment setup with like redstone. I think that would be cool. But now with our towers set up, let's talk about the towers actually. So this will be the main tower. I think we'll walk in on the front side and we'll probably end up popping the door out, but I'm not too sure. The tower, this section is going to be the base. I feel like the base should be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6. The base has to be good. We have to start off strong. I feel like 6 would probably be good. So we'll go up 6 all the way around this thing with stone, but not only stone. I think it would be cool to come back in here with stone bricks, just kind of like randomly mixed in, and then also maybe a tiny bit of cobblestone in here too. That could be cool, but for now, I think we'll start by just putting a bunch of stone. Let's just try and get the base blocks in first. Tower height so far, what do we think? You can't see it, Okay, fine. Maybe we need to build up a little bit more. All right, now this is where things get interesting. With the base of the tower set up, we're gonna need to create some sort of border before we can start doing the rest of the tower, because otherwise things are gonna look really weird. For the border, instead of like doing like a roof line around this thing, I'm thinking about more of just like a frame, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here and actually put this frame flat against the build. I feel like if we can keep things tight, like closer to the tower, it might end up looking a little bit better. So we'll do the same thing over here. We'll do staircase and then a staircase right there, slab right there. We'll go maybe one pass right here, one pass on the other side, and then we'll double up. We'll make it like a little bit thicker right here. What is it? I have no clue. It's really just the transition. Then the corner, I guess that's pretty straightforward. We'll just do that. That'll probably be fine. We could remove that, and we'll do this all the way around this tower. Okay, border, check. There we go. Now, the next part of the tower. This is where things get interesting, and I hope this works. I'm really excited for this idea. So, what we're going to do is we're going to actually come back in here and place some temporary blocks down here. I think what we want to do is probably go all the way around the edge. We're going to try and make the tower get a little bit thinner, and then up by the top, we'll make it get a little bit wider again. In the thin part of the tower, like the part that really makes it a tower, I think white concrete powder, or actually probably white concrete, I think that would look really good. So, if we were to go up, maybe all the way around on top of the dirt with white concrete, and then we'll come back in later and just dump water in so we don't have to like place the blocks and then mine them out. You know, cutting out a whole step here. The brain is swelling. All right, so guess what? The white concrete, it started, but we don't stop there. That wouldn't be tall enough. But white concrete, like when we harden it, make it normal concrete, is insanely flat, like really flat looking, and it looks ugly. So we need to break it up. I think to break it up, windows. Yes, windows for sure. This window trick right here. So we'll come out with staircases on the build, just like that, and then maybe we put like fences on the side, and we put a window in the middle. The window will be too tall. We'll be able to like line it up with like floors inside of the tower if we wanted to, or just like spiral staircases. That should probably be good. We'll come back in later though and get the actual window in. So we'll do that once, and then I think maybe like a gap of space, then we could actually do it again. But I'm out of staircases, so we'll do a window. We'll imagine glass right there. This will go up a little bit more. Staircase right there. So then that means this is going to be the tower. Actually, maybe what we do is one pass just to kind of make everything symmetrical. Yeah, that should probably be the tower, which means it's time for the white concrete powder. I hope I have enough. I don't know if I'm actually, yeah, I probably didn't make enough of this stuff. Probably gonna have to make more, but it's okay because I went to the desert before this episode and got like a crazy amount of sand, and the gravel, I actually have more gravel than I thought I have, and the bones, I actually have more bones than I thought I have. There's like a good amount of bones actually over in that building, or there was, which is perfect. Ow, okay, dang it. I'm gonna have to get back up there. Yep, just as I suspected. That's a big rip. Big rip. There we go, perfect. I ended up needing exactly 3 stacks. Now check this, water right there. We let it go for a second, pick it back up. It's gonna pour all the way down, turn all of this concrete powder into hardened concrete. This is literally perfect, and check that out, right in the middle. That's the ultimate move right there. That's how we do it. So, here we go. The whole tower now has concrete. That looks good. All we need to do is the top of the tower, the final part, the cap of this thing. So, earlier on, I said that I wanted the tower to go, like, out, get a little bit more wide again at the top. Definitely still the plan. I'm thinking that we maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe just go diagonally outwards again. So, basically, like, the reverse of what we did down there. I think that would probably be a pretty solid start. And we are like crazy high up. This is by far the tallest build in this world now, which is pretty sweet. It honestly might end up being the tallest build, like, forever. Or at least the highest build. Maybe not the tallest. The clock tower is pretty tall, like, from the ground up. Alright, solid start, solid start. So far, everything pops out. Now, I think what we want to do is actually maybe try and round this a little bit better. So I think if we maybe came in with staircases and one like that, I think that would look pretty good. And then finally, to cap off this like rounding thing that we're doing on the corners, slabs probably. Like a slab right there in the middle on every side. Take a seat, because this is the crazy part. Here's what I'm thinking. We just go right up on this, right here with stripped wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, probably good. Stripped spruce wood right there. Then a staircase right there, and another staircase right there. Over here on the other side, a staircase right there. We're gonna need to catch things up. Stripped spruce wood right there, stacked right up, right on the ledge, keeping everything in line perfectly. I think that'll be cool. This will curve right over just like that. We'll do this on every single side. In the corners, we're gonna need even more spruce wood, which means it's time for me to get rid of that tree down there because I'm gonna be out. But even more spruce wood in here in the corners. What I'm thinking is this top room could be like a nice viewing area for, I guess, really the world. Like this whole area over here is probably gonna end up looking pretty sweet from up here at the top of the Wizard's Tower. Now, when you think of like a wizard tower, what type of roof do you think of? If you're me, you think of like a cone roof. Now, what color is that cone roof? Is it perhaps, maybe, that crimson wood color? Because if it's not, maybe you should reconsider. Maybe it should be. I feel like a crimson roof on this thing would look really good. And this crimson roof, it's going to be a cone shape. This is what I'm thinking. Flat section of 3, then 2. Then we turn it, and we have a 2, and then a 3. And yeah, that's the base all the way around this thing. The only problem, this spot right here, that's going to be like really, really flat. And flat, not good. So to make it a little bit better, I'm thinking spruce trap door right there. And then if we just go ahead and open them, that's not flat anymore. And I feel like it will also probably put a good cap on the wall. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that should work. So yeah, I think it would be really, really cool to make a crimson cone-shaped roof on top of this thing, and that'll be the top of the Wizard Tower. I feel like a purple roof or purpley reddy, crimson-y would look really, really cool and definitely make this build seem like magical. I mean, after all, this is the enchanting area, so probably should be pretty like majestic and sweet looking and kind of weird too. And crimson, yeah, crimson definitely fits that vibe. Now, sort of conveniently here, I have a lot of extra crimson slabs. All of these extra crimson slabs are from the Gold Farm product. I mean, check that out. So many crimson slabs. So I figured we would start with this roof by using up the crimson slabs, and then if I need more blocks, I actually have a lot of extra crimson wood, so I can go back over to the storage building and get it. The only problem here, well, that would be the cone part. Just like towers, I'm actually not very good at cones either. I just can't handle them. If you're anything like me, well, then I have good news for you. I'd like to introduce you all to today's sponsor. Just kidding. It's not a sponsor. It just almost sounded like a sponsor. Anyways, there's this really cool, useful tool called Orange. I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. Orange is a block modeler. If you have a tricky shape, you just can't figure it out, then Orange is your person. I actually used Orange for today's cone. All you need to do is put your dimensions in, and then boom, the shape is created. Cone, sphere, whatever this thing is. It is seriously huge time helpful anytime you're trying to create a shape that needs to be a little bit more perfect. Highly recommend. Alright, so far so good, but I've ran out of slabs, so that means it's time for solid blocks, and I'm just realizing that I didn't put any torches down at the bottom of this thing, so once I finish this thing, mobs are probably going to start spawning in the bottom. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. We'll have to be careful. Here we go, though. So, layered just like that, I think, and then this one comes back, then we go up right here, up right there, up right there, up right there, temporary block, block, and then I think what I'm going to do to make it look a little bit more cool is come back in with fences. But I actually don't have the fences right now, so for now, we'll leave the cone just like this, and we'll get down here, take a step back, and see if it's actually a cone. So, maybe from the ship, we should be able to see this build from like right over here. What do we think? Oh yeah, that's a cone. That's a cone for sure. Not the best view of it, but cone for sure. I think that's gonna be perfect for the build. Yup, exactly. That's exactly 100% what I was going for. And look at how tall the build is too. And then once we get the windows in there, oh, that's gonna look great. So far, so good. So now, tower number 2. Tower number 2 is going to be a whole lot more simple and a whole lot more short. So we'll start sort of like the top section on tower number 1. 4 stripped spruce logs in every single corner. But here's the thing, these 2 towers, they'll be merged. So this wall right here, I think all of these blocks will come out. I'm not too sure how far up, maybe like that far, maybe we'll lower it, I'm not too sure. But over here, this is what we have so far. Now it's trapdoor time. This tower is smaller. I think we need to get a little bit more clever with this tower if we want it to work and look good. So we're actually going to leave a cobblestone base. I think that's pretty cool. That's a nice start. Then what we're going to do is dirt right there, dirt right here temporarily, trapdoor, 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 trapdoor. 4 of them right there, and then 4 of them over here. That turned to grass really, really quickly. I think that's 4. Yep, that should be 4. Okay, so then we'll actually go ahead and close all of these. And then in the middle, panes, glass panes. They'll connect in here. It's the same trick that we've done a couple other times in this world. I was going to keep the build really, really thin. And in here, where I'm going to put the quick, like, accessible enchantment setup, it'll have like a 360 view, which will be really, really nice. Glass color. What color? Well, I think it would actually probably be pretty cool to try and do light blue stained glass in here. So we'll make a bunch of light blue dye, turn the glass is clear right now into a bunch of light blue glass, and then probably lots of glass panes. I don't think solid glass blocks would look very good here. Now over here, the light blue might look a little strange against the spruce tones, but I think it'll work. Like once we finish everything, get it all in, it should look pretty good. Over here in this tower, not even concerned about it. It's going to be light blue against white, which looks amazing. Like every single time, amazing, no matter what. Finally though, to finish off this tower right here, simple, simple, simple. All we need to do is another dome. Same color, a little bit shorter, different dimensions. And this dome, because of how small this tower is, I think we can just set it right there above the windows. We already have lots of depth going on those walls. So that should probably work, and then I might end up having to take some of that out to make this dome work. Oh my gosh, look at that tower. It's coming along. Look at it. Look at it. It looks good. Check this out. Over here on this side of the door, I've started terraforming. I don't have coarse dirt in here quite yet, but it's a start. I have the path and the bushes. This is how it's going to go. It's going to go up the mountain, just like this. Staircase right here, a little bit more steep. Then we're going to turn, and we're going to go this way. Big staircase because very, very steep. Then we keep going up. I have fences and lanterns, and then spruce leaves all around, and then, boom, here we are at the build. On the inside, we have this. I'm still really unsure about this area right here. That's really, really weird looking, but for now, it's that. I went in and got all of the better blocks in here. Now, the door, definitely, absolutely crimson, because that's going to accent the roof really, really well. I think that'll look cool. And then, we're actually going to come in here with another thing that's use won't make sense today. So, on the ground here, let's maybe put, like, cobblestone, switch it up a little bit. Then a fence gate right there. Now, take your best guesses down in the comments. What does it do? What does it mean? Now, the rest of this build. Let's talk about the floor of this area first. So, that area where we popped things out, the second tower, you know, this space right here is going to be an enchanting area. We're going to have bookcases all around right here, like on top of the cobblestone that I just placed. We'll get it in a second. The floor in here should be expensive. This is meant to be like a nice tower. This is like luxury stuff in here, so maybe we step up right here with quartz. I just don't know if that's how we do it. Maybe we do it like that, and then we step up like right here. That might be a little bit better. So we step up, enchanting table right there, bookshelves all around us. It'll be great, and a little bit of a view, but the bookshelves are probably going to end up blocking things quite a bit. Up top, we'll work on it in a second. Now, this room in here, yikes, yikes, yikes. So, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a spiral staircase in the middle. It's going to eat up a lot of space for sure, but I think that's the way to go. You see, like, if we were to go up right here, we would fit. We would definitely fit. So, yeah, maybe a spiral staircase spiraling up the center around this beam. And then we could do maybe, like, a floor and a floor in here, and then another floor up there, of course, for sure. So, I guess it's probably going to be all staircases here. Maybe a little bit of slabs. Mostly staircases. Spiraling all the way up. That's gonna get expensive, but it's okay. It will have to do. Floor number 1 is gonna be right here at the window level, so we can look out the windows. Now, I am considering actually coming back and changing the windows a little bit. Maybe some windows should be open. Maybe some window ledges should have like flower pots on them. I feel like that might look nice, but here we go. Floor number 1. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to keep going up and make floor number 2, and then floor number 3 is going to be the top area. Now on these in-between floors, honestly, probably not much. I mean, we'll maybe put some like decorations, but it's going to be pretty tight in here on these floors, so I don't really see much of a point in really like setting up a bunch of things like storage or anything like that. Storage would be a good idea though. We're going to have lots of enchantments. And so here we are at the top of the build. We've made it. Now, the floor on the top of the build, what do? Do we just continue with the dark oak? I almost feel like we do continue with the dark oak, but there is one big thing that I'd like to change on the outside of this build. That thing is going to be right here, and right here on every single side. So, from a distance, the build, it looks a little bit flat. So, what I think we could do to maybe make that a little bit better is staircases right in here. Then we're going to come back in here and put everything that we just took out back, like exactly how it was. That'll add a little bit of depth to the build, which will be good. However, I think the side staircases should maybe turn forwards to keep this connection like thick looking. And down here at the bottom, the base floor right down here, oak for sure, not a doubt about it. The oak is going to accent the bookshelves that we'll be putting in here really soon, really well, because of course, you know, same color. Also, stripped oak logs in here too. Stripped oak logs will help add a little bit of texture to the floor. Back up top here with everything fixed and finished, I think at least. Now it's time for the next move. The next move, I think what we're going to want to do is dark oak fence right there, and then lantern right here. This should help make things look a little bit more interesting and bright at night. There we go. There we go. And check out this view now. That's a good view, but it would be dangerous for sure. So to make it a little bit more safe, I think it's time for panes. We're going to come in here with panes and basically just fill in the window all the way. Because of the lanterns and the fences that we just put in, this whole layer right here, and then the panes, like with the blocks, we're going to have like so much depth on these walls, which I think is going to look really good. All of that does, unfortunately, make this top area a little bit more cramped though. Didn't realize how cramped that was going to be, so it might be kind of tricky to work with this area in the future. We'll have to see. Now, I feel like this cone is really cool looking. I really like these things, so we're actually going to leave it alone. We're going to put slabs right here to cap everything off, so everything stays nice and open, like we can look up and see everything, and then that finishes off the windows like perfectly to it. One thing that we should add in here for sure, though, absolutely, a chandelier. This top area 100% needs a chandelier. So we'll start with fences, then I think we could probably come down with chains, maybe like, I don't know, I feel like 3 is probably good. Then maybe we could go fence, and then, this is where it gets tricky. What if we went fence, and then maybe chain, then maybe fence again? Nah, this is so hard. Maybe a couple more fences right there. I feel like that's cool. Then could we do like lanterns on top and hanging down below? Or you know what, maybe actually on top we do torches. Torches might look cool up here with the whole particles going up, everything like that. So yeah. Torches on top of the lantern like that, or the chandelier, and then maybe lanterns hanging down. Question mark. Lanterns hanging down. Okay, yeah. Lanterns hanging down, torches on the top, they gotta go. And honestly, it was hanging way too low too. We'll raise it up, get rid of that weird chain gap right there. Boom, that's the chandelier. That's a nice looking chandelier. That's good. Sugarcane farm. You've been running forever and you have this much sugarcane. That is very sad. We definitely need a better sugarcane farm for sure. Soon maybe we'll build something like that. Oh, look at the tower from here. That's so cool. That looks so sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, I think it's finally time. The big moment is here. We need a lot of books for what we're doing next. Enchanting table right there, and then bookshelves, as many as I can make right there as well. That's a lot of bookshelves. So, enchanting table right there, bookshelves right in here, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and continue these up right there, and then maybe actually we leave these lowers. We'll make a spare hoe just for a second to check this out. So right now, look at this. We have a level 30, oh, silk touch, interesting. We have a level 30 enchant setup, so we're good. But what we could do to make this look a little bit more cool add a couple more decorative bookshelves. So something like that. Yeah, that's a lot of books, and I feel like that looks really good. And then over here, because of how we did this, we can still see out of the window, which I definitely like, because eventually there's gonna be like buildings there, and right now we have a lot of other buildings. This is a cool view. Now, the extra bookshelves, this is what I'm thinking. I think we could maybe go up the staircase here and maybe just fill them in like this area, like kind of like randomly, like just place them down. I'll go get more, and then I could add like chests in here to add a little bit of detail. Maybe even extra enchanting tables, even more detail, barrels, you know, things like that. Then finally, this area right here. For now, the plan, chests in here, like just a couple chests sitting on the ground. I'm thinking that extra enchanted books could maybe be stored up here. I think storing them up here would be a pretty good idea. I mean, after all, we really don't have anywhere else for them. But seriously, wow, I am so disappointed in you, Sugarcane Farm. This is terrible. This is like really bad. I mean, I do come here and take like a stack of sugarcane every once in a while, but it's not very common. So, yep, that's not very good. Not good at all. So, before we finish up the build today, let's actually knock out the comment of the day. The comment of the day today, we found Burb. Where is Mark? So Mark is in the treehouse. We haven't seen Mark in a minute. Here's my current take, my current plans for the treehouse. So, a while ago we built the treehouse. It was going to be for the creeper farm, but we did, instead of that, nothing with it. Well, look at that, actually. It seems like an Enderman has been up here and actually dropped this block here. I'm thinking that, for now at least, the treehouse is going to basically just become a birdhouse. Right now, our good boy Mark lives here. Mark needs friends. We'll maybe get on that soon. To be honest, with the treehouse, it was a really fun project, but because we didn't end up using it for the creeper farm, honestly, I just don't know. So let's finish this build up. First things first, coarse dirt. Coarse dirt is going to be added in along the path, going all the way up to the build. I'm going to go ahead and actually worry about the coarse dirt later though. I just added in a little bit and it'll make this area look a lot better. But walking up to this building, here's what we have. We have a path going right up to the door, something just like that. That's good. Now, walking inside of the build, here is what we have. So, I went crazy in here. I added a bunch of fences in here to stop me from falling. You see, at this side, I could actually fall and take a little bit of damage, and I kept doing it on accident. It was annoying. Continuing to move up, we have decorations in here. Then we keep going up and we have a little bit more decorations. I decided to save the enchantment table for the enchanting area. And then finally, up here at the top, we have an absolutely amazing view of everything that we've done and extra chests for enchanted books that I'd like to keep for whatever reason. I made it nice and bright up here, so it's safe. Other than that though, not much else is actually going to be in the top of the build. Most of the function, in fact all of the function, is going to be down here at ground level or maybe even below if we do anything else. But this enchantment setup needs to be good. Every single enchantment setup absolutely needs an ender chest nearby. I'm thinking the ender chest, because it does look really, really cool, maybe we put it where we could like see it. So this crafting table could actually move, ender chest right there. I like the look of those things. Then, nowadays, every enchanting setup also needs a grindstone. You're going to enchant and get things that you don't want. So, grindstone, good friend. I think grindstone right there, so then when we use it, the experience falls right out of the thing, and it should, hopefully, go right over to me. That makes it easy. Next up, an anvil, which actually, I didn't craft quite yet. We're also going to need a crafting table, by the way, so maybe crafting table, I don't know, maybe there, or maybe even the back corner, I don't know. Crafting table somewhere. For now, we'll leave it right there. That's a pretty fine spot. Anvil time. Anvils are great for combining and naming things. Let's put an anvil maybe up there. It's like at the top of the setup. It'll be a little bit trickier to reach because of the lantern, but at the same time, it'll be so easy. It would definitely be a good idea to get a bed in here. So for now, maybe we throw a bed right there. If we're up here enchanting and then it becomes nighttime, we can run right over there and sleep. That's perfect. Flower pots are always amazing for decoration. So maybe we put a flower pot right there with like a fern in it. Maybe another one over here with a poppy. I feel like that would look nice. Then actually back over here in this room, let's put a flower pot on top of this and another poppy. A little bit of color in that corner. And then finally, maybe one more on the ground right there with bamboo in it. I feel like bamboo is kind of nice. It pulls that outside green inside. Flower pots, I seriously love flower pots. And then finally, extra storage. So, chest right there, iron trapdoor right below it, that's a shelf. That looks good. Then, maybe we could put another chest in this room somewhere. maybe, or actually, maybe right there? Yeah, I feel like right there is perfect. So that's gonna do it for today's episode of the guide. If you enjoyed it, at least smash like. It was a buildy one. Building is nice. Now, we have one final thing that we need to do. I've turned the shaders on. It's time to fly around a little bit. Maybe like down there. How did that get up there? Maybe down here. And check out the build. So, Enchanting Tower. Look at that on the hill. That is so cool and so tall. Can we land? Yay, clean landing. Look at that. Look at all those lanterns. The shader makes the lantern stand out like crazy. That is definitely, absolutely a tower for sure. Definitely. Yep, for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't yet. It's been me, your boy Wattles. Today, massive shout out to Archangel and Ground Crazy Mate. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next video tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.